you.
Love you.
Love ya.
Hi everyone. This is SoftWhistle, and this is a space where we discuss on relatable issues, matters that make impact, and you get to walk away with something vital, something you could use in your daily life. My name is Ruth Emmanuel, and if this is your first time here, this is the right place. And with me is
Victoria
Omoni, and today we are discussing something that is very important, which is love. And what are we talking about? Love is a verb, not a feeling. And what is a verb? A verb is an action, right? Verb is an action, and feeling is something that does not last for a long time. Feeling does not wash the dishes. It doesn't stay longer. It does not solve the conflicts in relationship, and that is what we are delving into today. So stick around.
Just as she said, love is an action. It's a verb. Like, look at the love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, gifts, and physical touch. They are all expressively verbs. Say words of affirmation, speaking, right?
Yes.
Acts of service, doing, quality time, showing up, and gifts, giving, physical touch, expressing care physically. So we can see that it's not just a matter of I love you. It's easy to say I love you, but can you show me that you do? If you never say it, if you never say it, can I say that yes, he loves me or she loves me?
So, and another thing is showing up consistently. When you do something repeatedly, and there's difference between showing up consistently doing the right thing and showing up consistently on the wrong thing. So you're talking about action. Love is a verb. Okay, let's talk about verb, the action in love.
Yeah.
So what kind of action do you think we should show in relationship?
Yeah, I feel like the basic human thing is kindness, right? And when you say that you love someone, you're saying that you choose them, and you're saying that you are able to see them beyond their flaws. So it's easy to say I love you, but just as she has mentioned, consistency is like a proof to really show that yes, this person actually loves me. So one of the ways that you can actually show that you love someone is that you choose them irrespective of like the difference in season. You're not just choosing them when it's comfortable. You're not just choosing them when it's convenient. You're choosing them even in the midst of a storm. And that is where the true test of love comes in. So it's easy. A lot of people are just misusing the word love. It's just emotional, the feeling that you have. But are you still going to choose this person? And I believe love is not just something that is confined within like the romantic. Yeah. Even in your friendships, love is also something that you apply. Even in our, let's say, amongst our relatives, our family members. So love is it's something that is generally relative. So to say that you love someone, consistency is one primary thing.
Yes.
Consistency is one primary thing.
And when you choose someone again, for example, talking about relationship, feelings comes too, because when you feel, you can communicate with someone.
Yeah.
But feelings does not keep the relationship.
Preserve, yes.
It does not preserve. Being kind, being truthful, the small kindness you show, showing up, showing them affection, showing them
even the little things.
Yes, even the little things.
You don't have to wait to do something grand. Like some people will be like, okay, when I have this amount of money, then I'm going to do this. Like the little things matter.
And let's talk about the faith angle of faith. Supporting someone with prayers, checking in on someone. I know this is normal routine that most people do, texting people every month, happy new month. But that actually goes a long way.
Yeah,
Honestly.
things.
You know, as family, we got caught up with a lot of life things, works, and sometimes we even forget some things. But the little things, even if it's once in a while, I think it matters a lot.
Yeah.
Checking up on each other, even if it's once a month.
Yeah. How are you? How are you? It's a very big question. How are you?
How are you?
We're asking you, how are you?
How are you? Really? How are you? So one of my friends says when he calls people from that maybe family members or friends far away, he asks them, how are you first? How are you doing? How is your mental health? How are you keeping up? Everything. And this is all of these questions goes a long way.
Yeah.
Although sometimes a lot of people might give you a direct an answer or a general answer and not going deep, because not everybody wants to bother people with their problems.
Yeah, and they may not be ready to share. Not necessarily willing, but ready to share.
But you being consistent. I asked this month, how are you? Happy New Month. The following month, you message again, how are you doing? I just wanted to check up on you. And don't forget, I love you.
Yeah.
Another month, you give another approach. How are you doing, really? The Lord will bless you in everything you do. For reference, my uncle texted me he said he saw one of my video online. I went for a red carpet show. He saw your video and he prayed for me on WhatsApp. He said that actually touched my heart, because all of these small things compile and you get to connect more to each other. Remember at least, my uncle remembers me and he prays for me. Saw something online that he really likes and he complimented. You understand? Showing all of this little love, because the truth is we are not self-made, and we cannot do life alone. So we need each other.
No one is an island.
Exactly.
Even God had to create us with all the angels and everything, and majorly for companionship. Yeah.
And let's be honest about confusion about these feelings and action. I think social media is one of the major problems. We're using our parents as example. 30 years in marriage, 20 years in marriage, it is no joke. And one of the places you could actually learn about action is seeing your parents. The little time your daddy comes in and joins your mom in the kitchen while you were growing up, the little gifts your dad gives to your mom, all of these simple things are what we can learn. But nowadays, I feel social media rewards feeling and not follow through. The grand declaration gets applause. You can see, like what we comment on earlier about marriage.
In one of our videos.
Yes, in one of our videos.
Our shorts.
Yes, our shorts. So you could check that out. The man commented about marriage that because you saw 2 years marriage that ended up, they divorced, and you forgot about your own parents that have lasted for 30 years, and you are not scared of marriage. I don't even think the point is being scared, but using that alone to judge, because that is an example of feelings, not them. Because feelings can still try for, let's do 2 years. And all of this going along with someone, even relationship, marriage, friendships, business relationship, because I saw something that this is an additional plus for anyone that is watching this. They said one basis of business is heart, HEART. Hear, you hear when you listen to the person, empathize, take action. I can't really, and the T is trust, and these are basis of relationship. You cannot do business without adding emotions sometimes, and that is where feelings comes in, because if it thrives only on feeling, that's how you only do short form of business. The business that thrives on trusted customers, regardless, they understand you, they know how it goes, you open up to them. And vice versa, the science stuff, the health, that goes on rise, which is, I think, rest, eyes, compassion, or something like that. So I think life revolves about action, taking action, love. And this is one thing we are talking about. So we want you to drop in the comment, what's your thoughts about love? Do you think love is a verb and not a feeling? And you know, I think many of us have gone through this growing up. You've actually sighted someone you actually feel. You've never even got to know the person, but that feeling just comes in. I like this person. It might be because of their beauty, because of their stature, but when you now get closer to them, then you realize that, oh, feelings does not last longer. So it depends on character, how the person behaves. So this journey, no, I really can't work with this person. I'd rather go with this person. So we get to know who you want to work with. So feelings can decide when you see someone, but when you go closer to the person, you can't really tell. You can't really tell about someone just first glance. You know, we watch a lot of K-dramas when we talk about love at first sight and all of that. But we really have to come to the reality of things. Relationship is built gradually. We are talking about love. So yes, love is an action, is a verb, not a feelings. Because a lot of people think these feelings, I'm feeling this butterfly. But butterfly will definitely die if you do not take actions, if there is no gradual process towards it.
So we can basically say that feelings or attraction can draw you to someone, but when after you learn about them, choosing them is actually loving them.
Yes.
And you need consistency. Consistency, I believe, creates the safety for genuine love. Like when we talk about reaching out to, our loved ones, people around us, if they don't feel like, what would make you open up to the other person is when you have a sense of safety around them. This person's love is consistent. They're not going on and off on you, and so you're able to open up. And then talking about social media influencing what love is these days, shall we even talk about like the eye-to-eye thing, like where you don't give people as much grace anymore? As in, say for example, okay, because this person hasn't called you for weeks, you two don't call them. We tend to make being nonchalant. We want to see who cares less. Okay, there's this competition of who cares less, and instead of letting empathy lead, of course, being loving doesn't mean you should people please. You should know the difference, right?
Yes.
It doesn't mean you should people please.
Yes.
So, but then we also have to give one another grace, and people have different strengths. Some people are not really good at calling, like going through, but they're very good at chatting. Yeah, and otherwise too, like vice versa rather. So we can't just let the weight of how we want to be loved take away the capability that we have to love the other person as well. So there's so much diversity in the topic of love.
Yes, and I think
there are some people that like insist on, okay, this is how I love to be shown care and affection, and you don't try to like let me see how this person actually wants to be loved. Like you regard their feelings, you regard their perspectives as well, not just what you believe in yourself.
And this can be known by asking questions. If you try an approach and the person does not like it, that does not mean you should not try again. You could actually ask, what do you really like? What do you love seeing? Where do you love to go? I think those small questions goes a long way. And social media has shown us more breakups than repair.
Yeah.
Because relationship.
And have you noticed how bad news travel fast?
Very fast.
They draw traffic. when it comes to a good marriage, good relationship, good friendships, you're not going to see as much traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
But when it comes to bad news, and that's why we have so many people watching the news like crazy.
And we start to believe the wrong thing effortlessly.
Yeah.
We start to see
because the negatives are
the conflict ending relationship and not chapters in it. I believe if we speak with our parents or elderly people around you, who has business people too, who has been there for a long time. Look at big companies; they are still doing advertisements because of relationship.
Yeah.
Even if you think they have made it, but they are still out there advertising themselves.
Yeah.
And you see many marriages lasting for long. There are chapters and chapters and chapters into it. Not everything goes like bed of roses. Like I said, butterfly phases. But what really keeps relationship going is choosing again and again, trying to understand your partner,
And
taking
a
little
lot of,
actions.
a lot of forgiveness as well.
Yes.
As well, well, that's why we need to know what draws the line. Like, say for example, if you're in a relationship, it could be friendship, it could be romantic, and you're like, okay, this is something you do, I'm not fine with it. The person apologizes and they keep doing the same thing. At that point, I think we need to be wise.
Yes, and that is when choice comes in.
Yeah.
Know the right choice for you. That could I still, you know that if someone does something consistently that you are not fine with, you know that this thing I'm reacting to this thing because I cannot take it, right? So you don't stay in that relationship to bear. You have to now choose, can I go with this forever? Because that is telling you the kind of person who the person is. The person is telling you who I am, I'm telling you who I am, and the person cannot change except if they want to.
For themselves first.
For themselves first. So you don't try to change. You could actually check, oh, if this goes on forever, can I be okay with this? If you cannot, then you have to know to define your relationship based on
and it doesn't mean that the person is bad. It just means that maybe like for this friendship or
you
for
cannot
this
go on
romantic relationship is just not working. Yeah, we're just not compatible and we have to go our separate ways. So we need to know when to cut, because people pleasing isn't love. And should I say that love also involves healthy boundaries?
Definitely. You have to be able to accept no. That, oh, the person does not like it. Because when you say the person says no, then the person is so bad, that is not love. You are not knowing boundaries. And when you actually grow to the extent of knowing people's boundaries and accepting it that way, or trying to negotiate with them, this is what I want to use it for, please, could you please? And if you know the person is not accepting it, right? That should not define your love for the person. So accepting boundaries is different, creating boundaries.
Yeah.
So, and that is what makes relationship. I set boundaries, you understand. I set boundaries, you see it as something that I cannot go with that person because you set boundaries.
Yeah, I definitely get it. Like setting boundaries. There are certain boundaries that, let's say for example now, when two people come together, I believe even for the basics of friendship, I believe the first thing is that I believe the three core things you should look forward to before forming a friendship or a relationship would be, one, you choose each other. Two, you support one another. So it's not just like one person benefiting. So we're both supporting each other. And then the third thing is shared value.
Yes.
You must have shared value.
Yes.
If the perspective about this person regarding certain issues does not align with yours, it's going to make certain boundaries look like an obstacle.
Exactly.
But if you have shared values and you connect on that note that, okay, concerning these things, this is what I believe, concerning this is what I also believe, and that's regardless of whether it's friendship, romantic relationship, whatever, you have shared values, and your boundaries are not going to be so hard. They are not going to look like a wall obstructing the both of you, like in between. It's going to be
balance.
Yeah, it's going to be like a bond that preserves the friendship. So it actually preserves the friendship.
Yes, because boundaries is getting to know someone more.
Yeah,
you know what they want, and you know what not to do next time. Right? You know what not to do next time. So I think that's boundaries, and there are some boundaries that are still flexible based on the relationship.
Yes, and based on how much time spend with one another.
Here's one thing we want you to sit with today, is that love that does not show up in action is just a feeling with a good PR that we see on, of course, that we see on social media nowadays.
Don't be so quick to disqualify this person.
Yes, the person.
One of the things about love is love does not give up, right? and love does not keep account of wrongdoings. That's why I say even with this, there are some extremes that no, you just know that if I thread on this path continually with this person, I know it's going to be disruptive.
You see anything,
and you know, like normally culture, social culture, social media is like, okay, this person has this red flag, just cut them off immediately. You don't give them grace. You don't let them. You don't even communicate on the topic and try to see that, okay, maybe this person will adjust or change. You just immediately you see this red flag, cut them off. Red flag, cut them off. Like
exactly.
Nobody
You're treating
is
people
perfect.
like a robot.
Exactly.
You're not putting heart into what.
Like, don't give up so easily.
Yes.
Don't give up so quickly.
And because don't confuse that with staying in an unhealthy relationship. You should be able to spot.
That's why you need discernment.
Yes, you should be able to spot a lot of manipulations or someone extorting you emotionally and in ways that they should not.
Yeah.
So we should be able to spot that. Exactly. So we should be able to spot that too. But still, we should not let that topic, talking about narcissism or manipulation, take away your emotions, your empathy for people. And I know that your personality that we have. And because someone does wrong to you does not mean that the other person is going to do the same thing, because a lot of us judge things based on our perspective, our experiences. We see things based on our experience at times. But giving that little grace will help you to see the other side of what you want to venture into. That's why it's advisable to give yourself time to heal before you enter another relationship at times. For example, you have someone who is assisting you as your PA or at home, and the person does something that was very traumatizing, and you have to let go of the person, right? Or you have to define your relationship that, we cannot stay together, we cannot live under the same roof. But that does not mean you are bad though. I cannot work with that. I think it's
just like that's what I'm saying, like shared value.
Yes, and I think it's nice to give yourself a little rest before you bring another person in, because the person could be something you use as
a rebound.
Exactly. Or a throwback, or someone reaping what they did not sow. Exactly.
Wickedness.
That's
another type of witchcraft, if you ask me.
Exactly. And there are some things that we cannot always be right at times, and that is when the power of saying sorry comes in. When to know, I think I was too harsh earlier. I don't really take it too
personal. So it's not always about the other person. You also have to do some introspective.
And saying that, you should, because I learned this, that you should also be able to tell people, I value people that tells me I do not like that. So I can know what to do next time. Do you understand?
Because there are some people that are actually passive aggressive.
Yes.
You don't like this thing, you communicate it.
Yes.
You just put it in and start acting
in a healthy way.
Of course, in a healthy way.
Yes. Although it takes emotional ruggedity or strength to filter words from tones at times. That's another level. That's another level. You know that, this is how the person talks. Why do you shout when you talk? But when you filter it, you be like, okay, let me listen to the message from the tone.
But oftentimes the tone goes before the message.
Yes, exactly. So
it's not just about what you have to.
Yes, your body reacts to that.
How you do it.
Yes, why are you looking at me like that? But although that does not mean you should not work on the way you speak, your tone too. But for you to see many things in people, a lot of things, a lot of gain we have in humanity. I believe you have to be able to separate the tone from the message so you can pick something. Just like when you've not started that content that you have been saying, you want to start, you've been procrastinating, but you'll be like, I see how people used to comment online. It will get to my head. One of my friends told me that I cannot bear those comments. It's because you cannot filter it. You have to filter and use that to restructure. We said earlier, we have not figured it out. We are still trying to figure out things.
You have to have a grounded knowledge.
Exactly.
Why?
In the first place. So you can explain to the person, this is my own perspective. That's another perspective. That is healthy communication. And I think it revolves about having love, taking action, knowing how communication works for the person. Because there are different types of communication. The person might have a way. Try to study them. I want to understand you. Telling people, coming out. I want to understand you. Can you let me know? Do not let people try to guess what you want every time. Like saying, don't you have common sense? Don't you know that that is what I meant? Did you mention it? Did you mention it? Like literally.
If they wanted to, they would have.
Of course. So you could, but this was what I was trying to say. You know, just a little grace, I think it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Finding balance
and communication over assumption. Because I feel like assumption affects relationships a lot, regardless of what aspect it is. So I feel like making assumptions affects a lot. That's why communication is very, very key in having successful relationships. And let's talk about forcing love. Like, we know love is not a feeling, love is a verb. And that's why I said the three major factors that I choose or that I would look at to choose someone for, the friendship would be number one, to choose each other. Like, if you can show the person all the love you want and they are not giving you the same energy, it's like loving is not wrong. It's right. But when you channel it to the wrong person, it begins to look like you're a fool.
It begins to feel like you're being just drained, empty. Why are you
and
supposed
also,
to
energy speaks a lot.
Yes.
Like when you just stay around them, you just feel like your energy is being drained and all.
Yes.
So
when you have conversation with someone at a time and you feel drained after the conversation.
So you need to let them go as well if they want to go.
Yes. And
so you don't force it. You have to choose each other to the very end.
Yes. And here is a faith-rooted piece we leave you with. We talk about love, which revolves about being kind-hearted, about patience, about kindness, and it is a deep discipline that you have to choose again, even on the ordinary days. So it's not just the exciting ones. Even our Lord Jesus Christ taught us about love, and He shows us a lot of examples about taking actions to the person you love. Imagine Him helping. An example was when He helped someone during the Sabbath, and the Pharisees were telling Him that, why would you do this? Oh, you saw your fellow humans drowning. You have to help them, right? So it's not because of, I know there are a lot of things that we should be scared of nowadays. Approaching strangers at times is kind of risky, and that is where we want to leave you with that faith-rooted one. When you put your focus on Christ, when you see Christ as the love, He will lead you to the right relationship, to the right conversation.
God Himself,
is love.
God is love.
So when you see it as God is love, and He takes actions towards the thing He wants to do, we are His creation, right? It's an action that He takes. So we are one of an example of the action God takes because He loves us. And a lot of things He has been forgiving for us. So when we see God as the center of the love we want to direct to people, I feel He will even tell you that, this energy is not fitting my energy. Okay. And the Holy Spirit can tell you that this is how your relationship is no more than friendship. You will flourish more on this angle. When it's business, you flourish more with this person. When it's business, to go on with this person, to win their hearts, you have to bring them to your home, give them dinner. You understand? And you feel like, and this person just gives you that contract, and you're surprised because you win their hearts, because you put your heart into it. And that is when God guides you through, because it is not based on our own understanding at times. And so, yes, we hope that this conversation speaks a lot to you, and you see something tangible to take away from this episode to your day-to-day activities. And
remember, love is sacrificial. Like, even God literally gave His only begotten Son for us and died for us while we were still sinners, the Bible clearly says. Even in 1 Corinthians 13, it says, love suffers long and is kind, does not envy, does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, and is not provoked, thinks no evil. So, and does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in truth. All this in the Bible. So it tells us that love is consistent. Love is commitment. Love is sacrificial. So it's not just a feeling of attraction that takes away.
Yes, and we hope that you are taking that into your day, life today. And drop in the comment, tell us one habit you are changing today. One step you're going to take towards loving someone, or that's someone that you've actually forgotten, or you thought that, oh, this person, what is that action you are taking towards love today? Let us know in the comments. And thank you so much for staying with us.
Yeah.
Until this, you are the real MVP. If you watch this video to the end, I know it's not easy. You are the real MVP, and I hope you've made that.
Your brain is still on fire.
Yes, and I'm very sure that love is spreading right now. We've bonded with you. That relationship, you've trusted us, right? And you want to continue getting more episodes from us. This is SoftWhistle. Don't forget, my name is Ruth Emmanuel and
Victoria Omoni, and we
love you.
Love ya.